right, so let's get into some debate, some controversy.
Easy.
Bruno Mars.
Speaking of the culture,
I'm gonna read it how it's written down right now. Bruno Mars appropriating black culture.
Yes.
So I'm gonna let KP.
Nah, he should probably go last because KP.
No. I want KP to introduce this because
KP a Black Panther himself.
I want KP to introduce this because I feel like I can't word it properly.
well,
Right.
I mean, I would imagine by the time that people are watching this, they are up to date on the background of this discussion. However, we are here now because there's a viral video out on all of social media, mainly on Facebook, with a young black woman, explaining why she feels like Bruno Mars is appropriating black culture. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that he's racially ambiguous and he is just playing that to his advantage to get a bigger audience from he's making black music, but most of his audience is not black people, right? So he's to white people, he is a safe bet to enjoy black music from a non-black artist. And she took it a step further by obviously saying because he's doing this, he is appropriating black culture because he's reaping all the benefits that the people who inspired him couldn't necessarily have access to because they were black and being held back to a certain level, well, to a certain degree more than what he is because he isn't black.
I mean, I'll agree with her on that aspect, but at the same time, is that his fault?
I mean, I don't agree with her at fucking all. I'm gonna use a lot of fucking profanity in this shit because, number one, I thought that Bruno Mars was part black. He's not. He's Filipino and Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
Which are two like off black cultures to me.
But
Well,
at the same time, Puerto Rico, like, there's a lot of race mixing going on.
But that's what I'm
down
saying.
Well,
I feel like
his dad isn't. So to break it down even more, he's not necessarily Filipino and Puerto Rican. His dad is mixed, but mixed with Puerto Rican. So his dad is like 4 different races. So like,
yeah, exactly.
Puerto Rican, Hungarian, and some other stuff. You know.
But I'm saying he's from races where they're basically considered the black of their damn race. You know what I'm saying? Like, or their culture or whatever the hell you want to call it. So I mean, I never looked at Bruno Mars as anything. I'm not gonna say I looked at him as black, but I haven't looked at him as like a white boy trying to make whatever. And I mean, if she feels this way, how the fuck does she feel about Eminem then? Like,
I mean,
'cause that's the only type of fucking music he makes.
But
like,
not,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
but coming from this angle, like, white people do appreciate him because he is a safe bet versus maybe trying to take more of a risk on a like more black person. But at the same time,
but I'm saying I'm black. If I think he's black, then white people fucking think he's a light skinned black. So what the fuck does it matter?
But my whole premises of the argument is the main part of Bruno's success, more than him trying to appropriate black culture, is he's making good music.
He's fucking dope.
Yeah. Like,
And
that's the
why
main part
he's dope.
of his
And
success and why white people fuck with him. You know what I'm saying?
He's been doing this shit since the beginning. Like, it's not like he all of a sudden started to make fucking black music. Like, he's always had soul and jazz and all that type of shit to his music. Even when he's making pop records, like, he's always had a hint of that in his shit.
You can even almost kind of call him a trailblazer, trendsetter to a certain degree, because you could say the music that he's putting out now, he kind of stepped out on the ledge and started doing, because people weren't really making that type of music, you know what I'm saying, before he started doing it.
Exactly. I mean, who was making, like, what was it called, like New Jack Swing and all of that type of, nobody was going back to make that type of music. Like, he stepped out on a ledge and made a whole album that way. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you can find another artist who was doing that who didn't get to shine because they was black. So I don't understand what the fuck she's saying.
Yeah.
It's like, why she mad though? What's the issue?
Her thing is she just sees somebody that's not black making black type music that
she considers black type music
that white people are really gravitating towards.
It's black music, but she's created by black music. But yes, so her issue is he's achieving all this success that wasn't afforded to the same people who created whatever he's doing. So, like, in comparing him to, I mean, and, like, I feel like the discussion is bigger than her. But to her point, what she's saying is Bruno Mars, for example, he just won Grammy of the Year for Best Album.
Yeah.
It is primarily a funk / New Jack Swing album. But she's also saying in the same breath, Bobby Brown never won a Grammy, and I wonder why that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of the first people.
great point, Hugh. My question to her would be who are you going to compare him to right now that should have won or came out just a tad bit before him that should have won?
We're not going to get into that because I don't feel like Bruno Mars should have won as many Grammys as he did.
I might agree with that.
Why? I feel like
especially on the back of 444 not winning one.
444 didn't win nothing. SZA didn't win nothing. It was a lot of people who didn't win nothing.
444 didn't need to win.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, it sure did need to win.
It sure did.
Hell yeah,
yes.
For the culture,
game with the album.
The album was cool, dog. Like
the album was more than cool. Bro.
The album was cool. Like it wasn't all that.
Bro? How old are you right now?
I'm older than
are you 19?
Son. No,
exactly.
I'm not 19.
Exactly.
I'm older
You're
than you, son.
You sound like Lil Yachty right now.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I'm keeping it real. Like 444 wasn't that slap like that. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't that slap like that.
But it ain't about slapping.
It's not about slapping. It's about a message.
It's about social relevance.
It's always
it's
about
Grammys, fam.
the slap.
It ain't not with
It's
Grammys.
always about the slap.
I do feel like the only point she would have is the Grammy point. There's a lot of other people who deserve Grammys that he won, and I feel like they gave them to him and Kendrick because they were like the safe bet. But look what I just said. They gave it to him and Kendrick. Because Kendrick is in that category too. There was some awards that Kendrick should not have won that other people could have won. I'm not saying he shouldn't have won any Grammys. I'm not saying Bruno should have won any Grammys. They definitely deserve.
So you think do you think the people that win the categories deserve to win the records more than it?
Yes,
more than
in
Kendrick
certain categories. In certain categories,
I don't
yes.
think so.
In certain categories, absolutely.
I
Album
think
of the year should have went to Jay-Z off top.
better than Kendrick's.
Yes.
Tripping.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tripping.
I think so.
I think so. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't know.
Nah,
I think
y'all tripping. Y'all tripping.
Here you go. Here you go. East side.
This ain't even no East. This ain't even no East versus West. This is
because hold on.
This is just putting in.
Let me ask you this question.
It's just rocking.
Did he win a Grammy for To Pimp a Butterfly? As best album.
But here's the reason
why. That was a better socially whatever driven. I feel like Kendrick went more mainstream with this album.
Here's the reason why he probably won so many Grammys for this album, even though he didn't win Album of the Year. And I do think he should have won Album for Grammy of the Year. But because they dropped the ball on him last year by giving that award to fucking Macklemore, and the whole world was up in arms, like, how you gonna give it to Macklemore when Kendrick Lamar got this album out?
Yeah, but that was like blatant. Like,
well, yeah, but so what I'm saying, I mean, obviously,
you saying that they did a makeup.
Yeah, so we gonna give you all these Grammys, and not to say he didn't deserve it, because he.
I say he put in work on it because he should have got more critically acclaimed for Good Kid, Mad City.
Definitely,
true.
You know what I'm saying?
But I feel like because it was so public that they dropped the ball last year, they tried to make up for it this year. But I mean, okay, bringing it back to Bruno, because this hold on.
So Kendrick won Best Rap Album, Best Rap Song, Best Rap Performance, Best Rap Song Collaboration. The collaboration was Loyalty with Rihanna. He could not have won that, and I would have been fine with it. The Best Rap Performance for Humble, he could have not won that, and I would have been fine with it. He could have won Best Rap. No, because he won Best Rap Performance and Best Rap Song for Humble. He could have got Best Rap Song for Humble and not Best Rap Performance for Humble.
Yeah, but his performances are fine.
All right, but I'm saying he could have got one or the other, and Best Rap Album is up for grabs.
Bro,
what I'm saying is
that damn goes harder than 444.
Oh my gosh!
You know, Money the Turnip King, though, man.
Come on,
it's a great album. It is.
I would agree that Damn does go harder than 444. But I would also say there's no reason that 444 didn't win a single Grammy, other than the fact that the Grammys was not about to allow Jay-Z to win a Grammy when he put out this socially relevant album and told every retailer in America, you ain't getting this shit. I'm putting it out on my own platform.
Yeah.
They're not going to applaud that. Like, let's...
I can see that.
You know how many people going to be like, man, he winning Grammys over here. He putting it on his own platform. I'm about to follow them.
I can see that. And I mean, 444 is a good album.
See,
just wasn't album of the year. Sorry.
Okay, and to Bruno Mars, let's get back to Bruno Mars. So he won Album of the Year, Best R&B Album as well. He won both of those.
I think SZA should have won that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then he won Best R&B Performance, Song of the Year, Record of the Year. So both of these things are like doubling. Song of the Year and Record of the Year is like,
This
what
could
the
be the
fuck
same
is the
thing.
difference?
Well,
I mean, it was two
song
different
goes to the
songs.
songwriters,
Yeah,
though, right?
no, but it was two different songs, because Song of the Year was That's What I Like, Record of the Year was 24K Magic. And then he won Best R&B Song. So that's what I like. So I mean, I feel like a lot of his stuff doubled, and he could have won. I'm not saying he don't deserve none of them, but I feel like
I don't have a
they
problem
just
with
start
him
to
winning.
throw stuff at him.
I don't have a problem with him winning, especially like I rock with the SZA album. I rock with the song. She had a dope year. Like her time is coming, but just for that year, if you told me Bruno won over SZA, okay.
See, and it's okay if it's in one or the other category. When you put all of his categories together, like, bruh, why are you throwing the same awards at him in different breakdowns when it could have went to someone else whose project was just as dope? Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
I mean, as long as it ain't blatant, like my thing would be is if like with the Macklemore and Kendrick Lamar thing, like that's just blatant. Like, come on.
Like you guys clearly ain't a part of this culture.
All right, that's those two. SZA and Bruno Mars almost like photo finish. All right, I'm kind of cool with either one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I mean, I do if it's a one-on-one, not when you're gonna give him best R&B performance, best R&B album, best R&B song. Like, bro, like why are you giving him all the R&B shit? Like,
well, I mean,
especially when you had this is the reason why you have different categories to give different people a different chance.
But this might tie back into what she was saying. Right, because if we give them to him, he is the safe bet. So people ain't gonna be mad because everybody likes him.
But that's what I said though.
No, yeah,
she has a point on the Grammy part, but she was saying that like he's getting more shine than another artist would be
because he's not black.
Yeah, him and SZA's not making the same type of music.
No.
Let's get that straight right now.
No,
so I don't agree with her at all on that. The shit that he did, I feel like he went out on a ledge and he did what he stayed true to. I mean, he been doing this since what was the one song called? Treasure? Treasure wasn't on this album. No. Treasure was that same type of vibe of, you know what I'm saying? Like the old school, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's not something that Bruno Mars has been doing different. And I'm definitely not saying that Bruno Mars don't deserve Grammys. He does. Man,
you want to beat the champ, you gotta knock him out. Okay?
I'm just saying the Grammys, and this is what I'm saying. I'm putting it on the Grammys. I'm not putting it on Bruno Mars. Mm-hmm. That the Grammys went with the safe bet with Kendrick and with Bruno.
Yeah, definitely. Because they felt those were the most visible. Oh, yeah, I would agree with that. Because,
I mean, think about it. If you didn't give all these awards, so Bruno won 4, 5, 6. Kendrick won 4 or 5. Think about what it would have looked like for our culture or on TV if those awards would have went to different black motherfuckers. So if it would have went to Bruno, if it would have went to Kendrick, if it would have went to Jay-Z, if it would have went to SZA, you know what I'm saying? Like they would have been like, damn, this is nigga ran, basically.
Yeah,
like,
well, all that Grammy
niggas is winning.
All that Grammy talk aside, when have they Grammys ever cared about the culture?
They always
though?
fuck it up. They never get it right. They find a way to fuck it up.
That's why shout out to the class of '92, all the rappers that boycotted the Grammys.
Yeah, and I will say, like I said, this discussion is bigger than this one video because this seems to be a discussion that people have been having. But she also, not only Bobby Brown, but just to tie in this Grammy situation, and then we'll talk about this appropriation. But she also was like, yo, Prince, as dope as Prince was and as original as he was, he never won a Grammy. Yeah. Right? But, well, for Best Album of the Year. And I can agree with that. But at the end of the day, who gives a fuck about the Grammys? I know I don't. Everybody in the world know that Prince is the dopest motherfucker ever when it comes to music.
Biggie never won a Grammy. Tupac never won a Grammy.
Well, just as musicians. Like, not even like...
I'm just saying. Just
I mean, yeah. But I mean, to say Prince never won a Grammy does say something.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
It says a lot for the Grammys in a bad way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is why we don't really fuck with the Grammys. Don't nobody care. Like, everybody who needs to know anything about music knows that Prince is the man, white, black, or whatever.
But back to what she was talking about, Bruno Mars appropriating black culture. The reason why people like Bruno Mars is because he makes good music. That's why. So no matter what race he is, that's the main reason why they like Bruno Mars, because his music's good.
Yeah, I mean, don't take for granted people like Beyonce. Like Beyonce's up there with Bruno. She's black as hell. So I mean, there's people up there with him who when they drop music, the world stops.
I think this is just a situation of people being mad at shit for no reason. I mean, for one, he not appropriating black culture because he always shows love to the people who inspired him. You know
if he would have switched up and all of a sudden started doing this type of music, then that's a different topic. He's been doing this for as long as I can remember. Like Bruno Mars has always been soulful to me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, and he's obviously mixed with a lot of stuff. He's Hawaiian in the sense that he's from Hawaii. Living in Las Vegas, I'm sure we all know Hawaiians. And Hawaiians, like, they listen to the type of music that Bruno put out. Like, they listen to hella reggae.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know a Hawaiian that knows less about reggae than me.
Shout out
like,
to the Polynesians.
I hit up the Hawaiians. Yeah, I hit up the Hawaiians when I need to know about some reggae because they are the next best thing to Jamaicans when it comes to reggae.
Pretty
but they
much.
also listen like they grew up on funk and soul shit.
Yeah.
It don't surprise me that he's made, like, when, you know, the first time I heard Bruno, he was like on some reggae type vibe.
Let's not forget the reggae is island music. What the fuck is Hawaii? It is an island.
Yeah, Polynesians.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't.
Shout out to the Poly.
I mean, that's the whole point. He ain't necessarily appropriating our culture. My man is doing the music he grew up on. Now, if you want to talk about somebody appropriating culture, there are plenty examples. No, I'm just saying there are plenty examples.
Easy.
Yeah, because I could go on, but there are plenty examples of that applies way better than Bruno Mars. You know what I'm saying? Put him record.